Let's go. Yeah.
What's going on, people, and welcome to another video here in Bondi. Beautiful view. What we do wrong to be in a vegan diet is a lot of time we go into a really wrong direction. We start with wrong equipment, let's call it like this, the tools to start this journey is like, it's knowledge. You need to know what you're doing. As everything you start, your mind is going to crash against you. It's gonna say it's not gonna be easy, it's not gonna work. So you have to think clear and have a plan. It's like in your training, you have to plan it. You can't just go in a gym randomly and try stuff without know what you're doing. So that's the same goes for any diet you start. So it's not just the vegan diet, but as the vegan diet itself, a limited option, because you're going to take off most of the product you've been eating all your life. So that's when it's going to be the challenge. What can I do to make it better? And that's what a lot of people fail. They don't have a plan.
Yeah, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it.
Today I want to just talk about what vegan does wrong, right? So let's start with a few points. So point 1, rushing into it. Point 2, forcing people. Point 3, eat enough protein. Point 4, eat your calorie. Point 5, exercise. What does it mean rushing into it? So rushing into it is like sometimes we get too excited. So let's think about it in real life. Everything you do, so you start exercise, you get too excited and you start rushing, like whatever, like you want to train every day sometime and you go too crazy and then eventually you're going to quit. This is the same principle you apply. So what's a lot of beginner vegan or people just try, I went vegan for a week, 30 days, this is what happened. So let's start from people like, for example, beginner vegan, or people will say, okay, I give a try, but they get too excited. So they start and they go like 200 miles an hour. So you shouldn't start cutting everything you've been eating for many years. So if you feel like, okay, now it's time to cut dairy, animal product, whatever you want to do to start your vegan diet, cool, do it, but start step by step. So break down your daily meal, make small changes until you get to the vegan. So eventually how I did it, it was cutting meat. I was still eating eggs, dairy and fish, and then I cut dairy and I cut eggs. So for a while I was just eating fish and vegetable and mostly vegan with just a bit of fish. Something you feel inside, I'm passionate about animal and I couldn't do it anymore. So that's why I choose to stop eating also fish. I was at the beginning of my vegan diet, so I would say make a lot of mistakes. But the main point was like not rushing from having everything to rushing to having all the animal product to stop completely and going 200 miles an hour. So tips 1, take it step by step. So this is a big one, like forcing people. That's why I would have put on my topic. I could speak about other stuff, but I like this one because I call some vegan, they call like very extreme vegan, very aggressive. Sometimes they go too crazy, right? Like we all basically come from an eat meat base, or at least animal product base. We are not grow up as a vegan unless some exception, which is amazing, cool. But you can't force other people, like that's your own choice. You choose to be in a plant-based diet, that's your own choice. No one forced you to do it. Hey, what are you eating? Is it vegan? And that's what a lot of vegans doing wrong. try to force everyone to go vegan. Like, everyone are free to do whatever they want, so we shouldn't judge or push anyone. The protein is a big topic. Everyone have different opinion. A lot of vegan believes they don't really need much protein. A lot of other people, they believe they need a lot of protein. I will suggest, in my own opinion, always see a professional. Don't trust anything it comes just from internet. There is also different topic about the protein, and a lot of research, they say a human body doesn't need more than like 0.5, 0.7 gram of protein per kilo. Let's say I can function perfectly. Now, adding sport, definitely I need to increase a bit this quantity, because there is a lot of benefit to adding protein to your diet. We all know about the thermogenic effect of the protein, so just think about it. More protein you have, and more your body, let's say, burn. So now moving up about the sport part, there is also the research, they say we need more protein than that. So the classic 2 gram of protein per kilo, so I'm 75 kilo, I need 150 gram of protein plus something more if I got extra muscle and blah blah blah. For each research you do, there is going always be a different research, so it's very hard to define which is the real one. I would just say don't worry too much. In the moment you eat in a full controlled diet, and when you're having a couple of extra spoons of protein, that definitely can help you, but don't worry too much. In the other hands, don't make the mistake to just eat fruit and veggie and pretending to be healthy, because that's another big problem. So you're not going to have enough protein in your meal doing this one, and as is important, make sure you have enough fat, enough carbs, enough protein in your diet. Now, that's the point 4, which is probably one of the most important points. So you need to know exactly what your calories are. So let's say you need to eat 2000 calories. Now we're going to take off chicken, eggs, dairy product from your diet. So what you going to do to supply all these products? And that's what I see all the time. Going vegan, people going a bit too crazy. They just eat crazy amount of salad. And that's when it comes this going vegan, you have deficit, you're gonna lose like hair or nail. This is the problem coming. It's like, which is every diet, the principle is always one: calorie in, calorie out. That's the main point. So know your calorie, eat enough food to get your calorie. If you swap a steak for a salad, just be in mind, you probably need to eat 1,000 kilo of salad to get to that 2,000 calorie, which with the steak, probably you need just a couple of steak. That's the principle. So just calorie in, calorie out. It doesn't matter if you are in a vegan diet. It doesn't matter if you are in a meat diet. It doesn't matter if you're like in a fish diet, in a space diet. I don't know what you want to call it, wherever you are. But you need always know your calorie. And that's the main point. So when I hear people say, I went vegan for a week and I felt like sick and tired and I went iron deficit, that's just because you didn't eat probably your calorie. You were in a crazy amount of calorie deficit all day long, and that's why you felt tired. And also, especially at the beginning, if you want to know exactly what you're doing, make sure you cook at home, because sometimes you eat outside and you don't really know what you're going to get. You might are in a calorie deficit or in a surplus of calorie because you don't really know what's inside of the food outside. So until you really know your diet, make sure you cook your own food, get your nutrient, understand better about the diet, do some research, but make sure you eat your calorie. And let's take us to point number 5. So exercise is very important. It's gonna energize your body. So if you just start this vegan diet, I really recommend to also start exercise, because that is gonna help to boost your system, your energy level, you're sleeping better, you're gonna feel so great, and then you nourish your body with the right food. So make sure you eat the right food. As I mentioned before, get enough protein, know your calorie, and be active. That's gonna be great. As a vegan, is actually a very good opportunity to experience new feeling. You're gonna feel so light if you have the right food in your body. You're gonna exercise, you're gonna That's what I experienced myself. Feel like so much more fresh and lighter. As I mentioned before, I'm not saying who doesn't eat vegan is not healthy. There is millions of professionals out there and they eating meat, they eating fish. Someone have different diet and everyone doing great. The main principle they all know, which not many people tell you, is always the calories. So make sure you know your calorie. You have enough calorie. And that's what happened to be vegan. So that's what people doing wrong. But if you're happy to eat meat, that's your own choice. It's like my own choice to decide to eat broccoli. So we all cool. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up and I'll see you to the next one. And until then, stay strong and healthy.